Hey, I'm Claire.
And I'm Janice.
And this is The X-Files, a podcast about breakups, broken hearts, and moving on.
We are breakup coaches here to help you beat your breakup,
Heal your broken heart,
and move on to an amazing, abundant life.
So today on the podcast, we are having the incredible Sacha Van G join us. She is quite honestly just like an incredible person and just a light for so many people. She has her own podcast called Enlivened, and her thing is to help other people find their thing, because she has had her own struggle with that and with finding her core purpose, as she likes to call it. And part of that is involving a breakup. And she has a really incredible story of getting back in touch with herself, rediscovering who she is, and finding what actually lights her up and what her purpose is. And breakups are just one of the best times for that work, because you're suddenly not basing a lot of your decisions around someone else. Because no matter how good we are about knowing what we want, when we're in a relationship, we're going to think about the other person as we're making these decisions. And so we thought it was so important to include someone like Sacha in the content that we're putting out on this podcast. So without further ado, let's welcome Sacha to the X-Files. Welcome, Sacha. We're so excited to have you on the podcast. It's funny, Sacha and I met in OCA, which if you've heard of it, it's by Rachel Bell, who's
God,
amazing.
so cool.
It's just such a cool thing, and obviously attracts incredible people, because as soon as I signed up, Sacha sent me a message and was like, hey, are you taking this course too?
Aww.
So it was really awesome to make a new friend. So welcome
Very
to the
cool.
podcast, and we're
thank
so
you,
excited
Rachel
to
Bell.
interview you.
Absolutely. So sorry about that. I was like, do you want me to talk or not? Okay, so yes, we met, and I initially, it was just like, I think you had signed up and like you shared in your story, and your energy was just so excited. And I was like, fuck yeah, like people that are excited about life, I want to get to know you. But yeah, for everybody else listening, my name is Sacha, and I'm so happy to be here. I am a coach. I'm a mentor, whatever name you prefer to use, but I help people to refine their purpose. This is the thing that was the hardest for me, and I learned all of the things about it, all the wrong ways, all the right ways, and then now I love to help people with this.
Yeah. And that's something that just clicks so well with breakups, because I always say it can be like such a transformative time of your life where you get to start making decisions that are actually just in alignment with what you want, instead of, subconsciously or consciously taking into account someone else in those decisions. So
totally. It can be so eye-opening for someone who's been in a relationship, even just for 6 months, much less, 5 or 6 years, that, oh, wow, I really get to make these decisions just based on my inner desire. And that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So awesome. So you have such an interesting background, Sacha. So we're just going to like dive right in. And these interviews are all about just talking to, we say real women, but we're all real women, right? But women from all walks of life in what the struggles they've gone through breakups, finding themselves, finding their purpose, and all of that. And so you have such a cool story. So would you like to give our listeners a little bit of a intro to where you're coming from?
Yeah, let's talk about this dark night of the soul that you're
we're like, yeah, dark night of the soul.
So fun.
I do. I mean, it's funny because now we're laughing about it, and I think I just want to be conscious of the person who's listening to this, who's actually in their dark night of the soul, or they're just like about to get there. or maybe they're delaying a breakup that's about to happen and they're delaying that dark night of the soul. So I want to share my story very quickly. It's a big story. It's pretty long. But
I mean, you don't have to be quick. You can or whatever you want.
Okay. Sure. Well,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can talk for a long time, but I'll try to be concise. So long story short, I lived my life in general for other people, especially growing up. I was an athlete. I played 4 team sports. I played ice hockey. I played rugby, soccer, and American football because my dad was a coach. And I've always been like super tomboy, super high performance. I went to high school. I was actually scouted to go to the US. I'm Canadian, and for hockey. Yeah. So
in high school?
My whole life. Yes. Because there wasn't that many girls that played at a certain high level, and I played with boys for such a long time. And then when I went to play with girls, there weren't that many teams, and they're like, "Oh, she's good." With guys, I sucked at one point. Well, I was still pretty good, but I mean, I was playing at a high level. And then once I started playing with girls, I was like, oh, okay, I'm like significantly at the top. And then I went to school in another place where the other girls were like amazing as well. So long story short is my life was like high competitive. Be the best. This was like that in my hockey teams, whether with boys or with girls. It was like that in my family. My parents are both extremely driven. My brother is extremely driven, played pro hockey. And it was just like an environment of performance. And over time, I actually had a moment in university. It was like, do I want to keep doing this or not? And their answer was like, no, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Like I had like a moment of, why did I play hockey for 20 years? Like it was just like an identity crisis.
Yeah.
So this process of stopping the sport is really where shit hit the fan. This is with the dark night of the soul, because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know like who to be anymore. I'm like, girly girl, am I an athlete? What am I? And this is when, like 18 years old is when I started getting quite depressed. And I would say I actually dated somebody at that point. I'm going to start relating it more to boyfriends and stuff, because I know this podcast is the
but just a quick question. Has anyone ever related your story to the character Robin from How I Met Your Mother? Because she's a Canadian female who plays hockey, who has driven parents, who then decides if she's going to become sporty or girly. So,
I didn't. Okay, I saw a lot of those episodes, but I think maybe 1 or 2 people have said that to me, like in the States. But I was like, I didn't know the show at that point. And I watched it later on. But yeah, I think she's awesome and so
just
pretty.
Had to ask. She is. Agreed.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
So that's okay. And then so long story short, at that time, and like this is so long ago, but I want to speak to whoever's listening. I was in that relationship, but I did not know who I was. So my feeling good came from the other person, came from like, he needed to fulfill all of my needs, even if I didn't even know myself. And then there came a point where he wanted to go to school at this place, and I wanted to just be with him because it was like my lifeline, right? Like the only way I felt good was basically to be with him. Yeah. And this is not something empowering. Like, I'm not proud of this. So long story short,
I have done it.
Yeah. It's like, so I'm just gonna, because I've been married for like a long time at this point, but we're talking like over a decade ago. And
well, I think it's important though to talk about these things, because these are such common things that women do in their 20s that will then go on to impact our later relationships, and it's what we learn from these.
So true.
Right. And I would even say, like, I mean, it was 20s. Obviously I've been married well into my 30s, but I would say, like, I've met women that are in their 30s or 40s or 50s, and they are in those patterns. So it's a matter of awareness and self-awareness, I would say. But at that time I had like zero, like zero. The only thing I knew what to do was like do really well in school, do really well on the ice, and try to please people so they like you.
Yeah.
And I that strategy didn't work so much that I ended up just like seeking external validation in all the ways. I followed my ex at university. So I applied to the same university he got into. I was better at school than him. He was really good at hockey, but in the women's world, I ended up being like better for another school, but I just gave away all my dreams to go to be with him at that school.
Yeah.
At that point, I didn't even want to play hockey anymore, but I still played hockey because I wanted to go to that school with him.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like I completely kept cheating myself just to be with him. And oh my goodness, like I'm like hitting my head.
Yeah, it sounds like a bit of, or a lot of like major cognitive difference, right? Dissonance. Different cognitive dissonance sounds like what you were going through. Just like
so
talking yourself into this.
Right. And I just, in my head, it was just like, well, I have to just be with him. So obviously I have to like, it has to take away from my life because I didn't know any other way. And also I grew up in like, my parents are still together, but to be honest, it's not like the example of like how it should be. So, so I didn't really know how one should be with a relationship. I didn't really have a great role model couple in my life. So I had no idea what it was supposed to look like. That being said, after 1 year being in university with him, shit hit the fan for real for me, not between us, but me realizing I don't want to play hockey anymore. I don't want to be in this school. I want to know what it's like to live my life for me. Because at that time I was like maintaining a 4.0. I had to because of scholarship I was on. I was no longer playing hockey. So long story short, I was like trying to keep up these sandcastles in the air. And like the ocean was coming to like say, fuck that, this is not aligned. And I was just like protecting the wave.
You're like, no, because if I lose this, what's left? I mean, you built, you know, especially as you were already feeling like it was like crumbling and you weren't doing something that you were enjoying. And then you just kept adding and adding onto it. And so it's kind of like, what happens if you take away the one like light that you have, even if it's not perfect?
Absolutely. Like I was not willing to give up the shittiness I had. Like the shittiness I had, the devil I knew was the best thing I knew.
Yeah.
Well, it's something
it was
that you
either
know.
that or nothing. Exactly. The devil, you know. So
I get it.
After that point, I decided to go back. I went back to school in Canada for the rest of my university career, I guess I could say. And we were still dating officially, but like that was obviously like long distance, and he was going through his shit. I was going through my shit. Like we were both just beginning he was beginning in the hockey team, like trying to make his place, which was like 100% his focus, which was great because he was really good. And that's where he was doing the right thing. I was not. So that's why I was unhappy. And so I went to another school and then we broke up. And I was like, I remember this was like seriously one of the darkest nights of my life. I remember I was 20 or 19 and I drank so much. And like, I swear to God, I had like a big bottle of vodka. Never really drank vodka. Like I never even drank at that point. But I drank like all of it. I was so sad. And then I was like, okay, I'm never doing this again. Long story short, I looked for rebounds everywhere, like to make me feel better. Like, but I never had a serious relationship until like 7 years after that.
Whoa.
Like 5 years after that. 5 years to be real. Because I had another relationship, and this is actually unfair to me. I dated this guy for like a year and a half, but we were so misaligned. Like I can't even say that we were officially dating. We were officially dating, but it was like such a shit show.
Oh my God, I've been there.
Yeah, distractions are awesome.
Yeah,
It was such a distraction. Yeah, it was a great distraction. And I would even say, like, we're still cool now. Like, there's a lot of shit happened.
That's
but,
nice.
We don't talk, but I would say that all of my exes are, if I saw them in a restaurant or somewhere, we would talk. I'm pretty sure it would be like a nice, friendly meeting.
Cool.
Nothing
good.
like, no charges left, but
Yeah.
like, I hope you're well, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I like that. I feel really good about that. But that's from my point of view.
I was just gonna say that's really awesome for some
Yeah.
people, and some people need the charge to stay away. So whatever works for you, but that's great.
They live really far away, so that's
There you go.
That helps.
Yeah. But
so if you were to see each other, you'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it would be
Why
so
are you
crazy.
in Canada? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And so anyway, so after that process, like that breakup with two people, I was still really confused about who I was, and can I be like super real in this podcast?
Yeah,
like, can I tell the truth?
definitely.
So I would party a lot. And
yeah, I was gonna ask you
because
about
I was
this.
sad, because I was really sad, and I would look for the like high vibes. But to be honest, like for about 5 years, the only way that I knew to be happy, and I loved it, and all my friends were like this at that time, was to go out like 4 nights a week. Crazy. And like now that I look at that, I'm like, this is nuts. And I even had weeks that I would go out like 5 or 6 times a week. University life, obviously it's like that for a lot of us. And the problem is I was burning the candle at both ends. I would go to school really all day long, and then I would party my face off on like 3-day, 4-day weekend. And that was not the vibe for me. Like everything, like it was hard to maintain my health, my weight. I think I was like 100 pounds, and I'm a small person, but that's like 20 pounds below my normal weight. And I just like everything was hitting the fan, like shit hit the fan, health wise, happiness wise. I was just never happy. Things like relationships broke. Everything was so out of alignment. Then after university, after I graduated, the first thing I said, I was like, I'm not even going to wait for my graduation. I just need to leave. I need to leave and find myself. So I went to South Africa for, the plan was to stay for 3 months. The plan was to stay for 3 months, but I ended up staying for 3 years.
Oh my God. I relate to this so much.
Yeah, Janice did that with Australia.
Yes, I was meant to go to Australia for a month, and I stayed for 5 years for the same reasons.
So finding yourself?
Wanting to distract myself, wanting to find purpose, thinking that I'd found something and wanting to, commit to it, finding connections that I thought I didn't have.
Exactly. Like it just felt like I was misaligned with everybody I knew. Like I never felt at home or seen or heard or understood. When I spoke with my family, it was like I was an alien. I didn't connect or feel connection with anybody, but that's because I was so disconnected with me. Like I wasn't even close to me. And funny story, Janice, before I decided on South Africa, it was between Australia and South Africa. So I feel you. I was like, I want a hot climate. I want to be able to
just
speak
far
English,
away.
but far away.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I decided on South Africa just because it felt even more foreign, and I was really looking for a complete like not necessarily distraction, because a lot of people are like, you're running away from your life, and I ran towards myself.
Yeah,
like that's what I wanted to live for me for once. Like, because I had been living for my ex, I had been living for my parents, for their approval of this, approval of that, external references. Like that was it for me. I didn't even know what it meant to live authentically in alignment. Like that wasn't even a concept. right? Like that's not even a normal thing. So long story short, I'm in South Africa, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm really starting to get to know myself. I'm still partying at this time, but it's like for the first time in my life, I feel so alive. Like I feel when I'm not partying, I still feel excited. When I'm not partying, I'm still happy. When I'm not partying, I'm still proud of who I am. So this was a brand new thing. I was also feeling like I had some sense of control over my life. Like I was starting to, you know, really wake up to things. But this wasn't actually the hard darkness of the soul, like dark night of the soul. When I met my husband, we started dating, we decided, okay, let's go back to Canada. I'm speeding up. I just want to get to the freaking point.
Yeah. I'm in rapture. It's all good. It's all good.
We went to Canada.
Sorry, okay, but I have to just say he's Canadian and you just happened to meet in South Africa?
No, my husband is like the hottest South African. I mean, I'm obviously married to him, so I'm so biased, but when I saw him, I legit, like everything inside of me was like, that, like, you know,
very cool.
So I don't know if like that was like the healthy thing. We've definitely like healed so much.
You. Okay.
Yeah, but it's been a journey, so I don't want to say like that's healthy necessarily.
Anyone who listens to this know that we say take your time. Like if you feel it, that's great, but like let's still ease into it.
Well, that's the genius. So his mom is a psychologist, thank God. Because I saw him and I wanted to like wife, like I was so like I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was like
I wanted to wife.
I wanted to wife him up.
Like I wanted to like be like merged together. Obviously, this is my codependency / like I need to be with something. Like there's a lot of shit going on, and I knew I was not in the healthiest peak state, but I was ready. Like I wanted like excitement, and he was exciting to me. So that's what I wanted. I just wanted excitement at that point. And he had just left a 2-3 year relationship. So he was like, nope, I am like, I'll go on a date with you to like chat, but like, I just want you to know, like, I am not dating. there's no way I'm dating. I need to heal myself. And I was just like, what? Don't you see how hard?
What do you mean? You want to be single? Like that sounds terrible.
I mean, he was like there was obviously a lot of chemistry, like a lot that was undeniable. But the problem was like I was there, and at that point, I only had a visa for 1 year, and he was actually from Johannesburg, which is like 17 hours away. And then he was actually just starting school and about to go live in Namibia to go to his school. Anyways, there were so many logistical like mismatches that it just didn't make sense in any plane, any way, shape, or form. Like it just didn't make sense. And it was like, oh my gosh, like this is all I want. And I would go to bars and I would meet other guys and I'd be not interested. Because all I wanted was this thing, because I had decided, you know, completely like a little Tasmanian devil, like this is it. That's what I want.
This is it. Nothing else.
Yeah. And it was so annoying because I didn't want that, but I was, and energetically there was something that was hooked, you know, and I couldn't pinpoint that anyway. So that to the day that we met, to the day that we officially started dating, was something like a year and a half. But once it's super long, but like we kept having dates with like, we couldn't leave each other's lives, but he was so guarded. Like he was really healing and protecting himself. And finally one day actually it's because I was babysitting his lizard at the time. I was like, do I want to say this?
Right.
Well known for their need for affection and companionship.
He's a game ranger. So in South Africa, if you work with animals, like wild animals, so he had snakes and tarantulas and all kinds of things.
I like him.
And I ended up, he's a fantastic person.
I've always said I wanted to have a tarantula. a pet?
Oh, he had 3.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that personally.
Yeah, okay. He's a wildlife man. So, and I'm from freaking Montreal, like not that, but I was like,
spiders don't live here.
Exciting. Tell me about these like wild. So he was so exciting to me because he was so different than everything I knew.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the beautiful little lizard that I was babysitting while he was in school ended up dying, and I was a fucking mess. Like I had gotten so attached to the lizard because he was away at school. So the lizard was like this like link, if you will.
Yeah.
And it was a big lizard. It was a bearded dragon. If you guys don't know what that is.
Yeah.
They're so cool. Like they're the coolest. I brought him to work. He slept in between my boobs because it was warm.
Yeah.
Like he never was in a cage. So this is a little boring for people listening, but after that, when he died,
think so actually. Okay. It's not. It's many things, but it's not boring.
Okay, great. So anyway, the lizard died, and I was so depressed and sad. I legit was like I was sobbing. I actually didn't go into work the next day, and he was like, "Oh, Sash, that's okay." And what we did is we ended up like saying a beautiful little prayer for that beautiful son of ours. And the next day he took me to breakfast and he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I remember being like, fuck, that's what it took.
You got to know each other. He took his time. You got to see how each other reacted to different things. And maybe it did trigger something in him, but he'd also learned all these other things about you before now.
Yeah,
I think that actually makes sense to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, I mean, he was way more rational than I was. I was completely not in the right headspace. I was like impatient and I wanted to just date. Let's go, like let's get burned. Like I was completely crazy. But he was anyways, if you know me well, like you're like, yeah, okay. And he now is the perfect balance to my fire. Like he's a water sign and he calms me down and he's grounded and all of those beautiful qualities. So I'm grateful for that because he's different, but he complements me and it's genius for our relationship and our marriage. So after that, it was very quick. Once we started dating, it was like, okay, and then we're moving to Canada. Then we got married. Like it was like bam, bam, bam. Like we got married a year after we started dating. And we moved in together right away and we changed countries together right away. We actually started, like everything was like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. So it took a long time to start the process. In my opinion, it was a long time, but I think if a psychologist or somebody that's an expert on the subject would be like, no, that's the right thing. Yeah. It just felt so fucking long for me because I was like, I feel like I'm on the back burner, bro. Like, let's go, and I'm not used to this. Like, my ego was really hurt nonstop. I was hurting nonstop. And oh my gosh.
Especially when you're used to being sought after. I guess I could kind of get that.
Yeah, and it's like you're the one that I want and the only one who like isn't interested for some reason.
Right.
But isn't it always like that? Isn't it always like that?
That's kind of
a little bit.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's worth the things that are the most special are worth waiting for.
Yes, right? I'm now, like, if we're talking about this, I'm so fucking grateful because we've actually had so many friends in the meantime. They got married quickly, they dated quickly, now they're divorced, and now they've had like 4 relationships since the marriage. And it's like, okay, so I'm not comparing, but I can see that there's other realities and other ways to go. And with retrospect, I'm so grateful that it was like slow to start. And now it's such a castle.
Oh, good.
But the reason why it is so strong is because we've been like, we go through things and we deal with them. So shit hits the fan often, but we really look at it often. But we've had a major breakthrough recently where it's like, oh my goodness, things are way different now. Anyways. So just to bring you guys back to speed, the listener, when we moved back, dear listener, when we moved back to Canada and we were dating and the relationship front was amazing, what wasn't amazing was me. Again, I was like, whoa, what am I doing again? Yeah. Now I'm in Canada. I'm with the love of my life, the hottest man on the planet to me. And I don't know what I want to do for a job. I don't know what I want to do. And for a long time, I was still in those patterns of like wanting to be a person to them, wanting to be in it for them. Like, how can I please them?
Yeah, defining yourself through other people's eyes instead of like through yourself.
So even if I got the relationship, I was still fucked up in that, like I hadn't dealt with my problems. Right? Like I hadn't dealt with my stuff. So that was a beautiful mirror because he was so like healthy and all that. And he mirrored to me like, hey, I'm gonna hold space for you, but like this is your term. And I was very depressed. Again, those like health issues started popping up again, like a lot. Allergies, just like a lot of stuff that I don't need to go into, but just like I was not healthy. And that's really was, I would say, my darkest night of the soul happened within my dream relationship. And with all of the different dark nights of the soul, I actually woke up and I realized that I needed to start living even more for me. So it's a refining process that kept happening. Yeah. The refining process, like ego death. Until like a serious, like seriously, I was like, this is real death. That's how serious it felt.
And you were, was still, when you were still kind of involved in party culture?
I would say at that point I had stopped partying. This is when we were back in Canada, and the partying was like not that intense anymore. It was still like that. But the difference was that if I wasn't partying, I was sad. Yeah. So that's when I noticed like, okay, it's almost like I need to like party. I need some weed or some alcohol, whatever. Yeah. And then I'm happy. And then if I'm by myself sober at my house, I feel depressed. Yeah. Something's missing.
I mean, I think that's important to like share because I think, you know, our listener is probably going through a breakup right now. Like, you know, you're having a rough time. And I think when you're in that spot, you can feel like either getting back with your ex or getting over your ex and onto someone new will fix all of this like heartache that's happening. But sometimes even if you fix those external things, it's not going to make you feel whole and complete. That's something that happens within you. And I think sometimes people can only find that when they are in a breakup or, you know, are going through something super bad externally, that they realize, oh shit, it's all in me anyway. Like,
yeah, girl. Yes, I'm so glad that came through because to me, that's exactly the lesson. It's like, no matter what's going on in the external, if you do want to have like the quality of the relationship that I have right now is because I've put so much focus on me and my values and knowing what I stand for and getting to know me. And then the more that I up-leveled my life, the more that I stopped needing external things. Like I don't need partying. I don't need everything comes from the inside. And this is now like 4 years ago. Like I'm so far from that, it seems, but it's not that long ago in time, but the changes that I've gone through are insane. Yeah. And what I would say is that the man that I'm with, he actually didn't change that much in that time. He's going through his big up level, like right now. Yeah. And like that like dark night of the soul and all that. And it's so fucking sexy to me to watch him go through that, because I'm like, when I was going through it. So what I'm saying is like, to have a very healthy relationship, in my opinion, for anybody listening, breakup or no breakup, like it's about you. That's like, it's about you and your relationship with you. To me, this is what it is, because you can only come to the relationship with what you are, with what you have. And it's like, I have this beautiful friend that I adore. I love her so much. She's one of the if you met her, you'd be like, wow, she's breathtaking. All of the things, funny, hilarious, smart, from a good, I mean, all of the check marks.
Yeah.
But she keeps having really like 6 months relationships, and then it breaks up. 6 months relationship breaks up. And it just happened on Friday. She communicated with me and she said, I don't understand. I do everything for them. I don't get it. And to me, that was like Sacha from like when she was a 20-year-old and went to school to please that guy. But that was my really good friend doing this. And she's now getting hurt and wasting time. And she's like, I'm getting to this age. I don't understand. I'm putting myself out there. I'm doing these things. I feel like I'm a sex worker / maid. And I'm like, that's the thing. That's not
God,
working.
send her to us, please.
I told her all about it. And I'm like, perfect.
Man.
But she's a French Quebec person, so she
we have international clients. I'm happy to speak with her.
Okay, her English, she needs to listen to your podcast because she is seriously like such a home run of a person. It's just that her focus is on external, right? And not on her. And I'm like, focus on you.
Right.
But that's
I know
so hard to explain.
Yeah, and so many women just grow up with this idea of finding your soulmate. Yay, that's what life is about. And it just, when you get so caught up in the finding your soulmate, you just fail to recognize how it's in here. And I know it's a cliche, but there's just nothing good can come of it unless you become your own best friend first.
Right. That's well said. I completely agree. Being your own best friend. And also just like, what are your values? Like, what are your values? Like, do you know your values? Yeah. And then what are you protecting? And what are you willing to trade away? Because that's the thing. And I honestly forgot about that mindset until recently when she was sharing this with me. And I was just like, oh fuck, there's a lot of people still living like this for other people. Yeah. And it's really hard to be happy. And then when you're unhappy, it's really hard to attract the person you're supposed to be with.
It's almost impossible to attract someone of value when you're coming from this place of like kind of desperation, disparity, neediness.
I just came up with a metaphor.
Fill me up. Go ahead. What's your
metaphor? Oh, sorry. It's like, okay, here we go. Because we were talking about partying.
Oh boy, buckle your seatbelt.
So when you're living for other people, it's like trying to get yourself invited to other people's parties. You're like, hey, are you doing anything? Can I come over? Like you're inviting yourself over. And it's kind of like, after a while, you're like, it's a kind of repelling energy. But if you are your own best friend and you're living for yourself and in alignment with yourself, you have your own parties. You set the vibe, you set the rules, you choose who gets to come in. And it's kind of like, are you going to be the right vibe for my party? Yes or no? Okay, if you don't follow the rules, you have to leave, And it's like way more magnetic and people want to come to your party.
Yeah, I mean, begging for an invitation is so much different than saying, I have this beautiful thing going on, do you want to be invited?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's such a great analogy. Good job, Claire. Work. That's so,
I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, you're fine. All right, so it's such a cool story. I really think that you're onto something with this personal journey that you've been on and sharing it more. But let's let's move into how you came to know that helping people find their purpose is your purpose.
That's even harder.
Okay, well,
because it's happening simultaneously, right? And I would say that there's the finding your purpose / finding your soulmate. To me, it's kind of the same process because it's about it's about a refinement of you. So it's about those ego deaths. It's about, okay, I'm no longer available for this. I'm no longer available for that. It's about a constant process of taking inventory of what do you live for? What do you stand for? And protecting that with certain boundaries. So for example, before I was on my purpose. And before I was doing that thing, before I was all of that, I was like this 9 to 5 job. I was an interior designer. And initially I was so, I know.
How much have you done in your life?
I know. But that's the thing. Like, I've done so fucking much with my life because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who I was. I think I played hockey to impress my parents. I think I played sports to impress my parents. I genuinely think so. And it's a little sad. And the same happened when I was a little bit older. I was like, I went to school for business. I got my business degree, not because I was interested in business, because my parents had a business and I was like, well, they want me to work for them. And that was what I thought, which is not interior design. When I wanted to do interior design, I was embarrassed to tell my parents because I knew they would say, oh, that's not a real job and blah, blah, blah. So I still went to school for it. I got the degree and then I performed. I was an interior designer. It was great. But the job I was at, I was doing well, but I was so unhappy. Like, it took about 3 hours every night. I would take a long bath. I would drink wine in the bath. And then I was okay to start the next day. Like, again, I was crutching on alcohol. I was crutching on other things. And it wasn't me authentically happy. I was unhappy. So I was serving people, helping people, but at my detriment. I was hurting myself to help others. After about 2 years of that, I was just like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. Like, this is so misaligned. And I ended up burning out so hard. Like, I couldn't get out of bed. My adrenals were shot. And I couldn't work anymore. I actually saw the movie Heal. Have you guys seen that?
No.
It's a documentary, I should say. So it's with Joe
write it down.
It doesn't even ring a bell, to be honest.
So you haven't seen it? You've heard of it?
I heard of Joe Dispenza.
Okay. It's with Joe Dispenza and like a bunch of other people, like so many people. And when I saw that, I immediately, like, I was sobbing. It was a Sunday and I knew right away, like, I need to quit my job the next day. Like, there was no doubt. And as soon as my boss showed to work, I told them right away and I was like, I'm out. And I spent like a little bit of time, like not a little bit, it was like a month where I was just like, I felt like I was licking my wounds in my bed, crying every day, but I was so relieved as well. Cause I felt like I had just finally removed the arrow of my body. Like, it was like an arrow that was hurting constantly and getting infected and all that. And I knew it was misaligned.
You were like, I'm fine. I'm just going to ignore this thing poking out of me.
Because I thought I had to. I thought I had to suck it up. I come from a background with my family. Like, they're like, stay in it. You don't quit anything. You keep going. You like tough, you know? And so there was a lot of shame for me in quitting. And like, I didn't want to be that person and all that. And then I had to, like, I genuinely felt like I had to. And when I finally did, I started to think, and then I started my personal development journey, like, for real. Cool. I did a program, and then I think like 1 month into the program, it was supposed to be like a start your business program kind of thing. But it wasn't even that good, to be honest. It was really, like looking back, I'm like, oh my god.
You start somewhere, right?
You start somewhere, and
you're just like, cringe.
But yeah. Like, it was not the best. But what I found out was, like, through going through that program, I quickly realized, oh my god, I thought I wanted to be in here to be an interior designer and start my own interior design business. And I quickly realized that is not what I want to do. Like, there's not enough significance for me anymore. Like, and I started this process. And then at the same time, I was getting more and more into astrology. I was getting more and more into archetypes and human design. And I just, that intuition started to get real strong. I started to get really strong with knowing who I was and just really feeling confident. I started to get enlivened again. I started to feel alive, and I it was no longer dependent on anything other than me.
Mm-hmm.
Like my happiness came from me. My excitement came from me. All of that was like, whoa. And all of a sudden I started to realize, I started showing up on social media. I was excited to share my journey. I was excited to share my path. And slowly but surely, like how manifestation works, I mean, I don't have to spell it out, but you get good at something.
Yeah.
And then friends would start asking for readings and things would happen. So I started to do astrology readings and human design readings for fun, just for fun. And then people were like, yo, you're like really fucking good at this. Like you need to do this. And I was like, no, I can't do this. And like, obviously what's it called? The thing when you don't feel like you're ready for it.
Imposter
syndrome.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. It's so long ago. I'm like, I don't even like I can't.
What is imposter syndrome? I don't know her.
But that was like, I was so imposter syndrome at that time. But so slowly but surely, I was really into like I started to pay attention to what I was into, and I was really ridiculously into manifestation. And I was ridiculously into astrology and everything that had to do with identity and getting to know yourself and feeling completely authentic. And I was like invited to be on podcasts, invited to do this and that. And I was like, what is happening? And it was quick. Like, it was like, I don't even know how it happened. And slowly but surely I did programs. And my programs were always centered towards identity and purpose. So who are you and why did you incarnate? And that is a major theme in astrology. So although I started with that, it evolved into something completely different, because I started to see that all of the readings I was doing, all I gave a shit about was the purpose part. Like, why did this happen? And then understanding it. And then I was like, wow, that's all I want to do all the time. All I want to do is research more of this and teach more of this. And slowly but surely, and ironically, through my purpose programs that I've ran now 3 times, about like, it's my 4th I'm doing now, there is a theme, and you guys are going to love this because it's kind of the essence of your podcast.
All right.
Go for it.
There's a funny thing that happens when people take my programs, and I don't want to say this is exciting because it's not. People will be like scared and they'll never do it.
Oh, I know where you're going. I think I know where you're going.
There's breakups.
Yep.
So many they like take my program. They're like, oh my God, I've been settling, and they break up. It's
all right. Let's get into this. Let's dive in. All right, go tell us more.
Well, I mean, isn't that crazy? So my programs have nothing to do with relationships in terms of like, that's not what I don't market to this. This is not my expertise. I just have my own personal story. But what I do talk about is so many areas where we settle and we sell ourselves short. We take what is there because it's there, not because we're choosing it. And that's what I talk about in terms of jobs. I talk about that in terms of jobs, but people like click into like, oh, fuck, this is the truth. Also in my relationship. And in my last program, there were, I'm not even joking, I think like 6 people. I'm not even joking. I can name them if you want.
God.
No, I mean,
that's right.
I'm not
so
joking.
you have our information. You have our information. So what?
100% believe it.
So what comes to mind though is like the way we do something is the way we do everything, right?
Yes.
And so they can't help but find out that they're settling in these other important areas.
Yeah. No, it's so important because it's like you spend most of your hours of your life either sleeping next to someone or at work.
Right.
And it's like, that should be a big deal. That should be an area that you're not just settling for or trying to convince yourself. Like,
absolutely
I find that there's
not.
People, we try to convince ourselves, oh, this is what I have to do. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But it's like, the fact that you're saying it's not that bad is like showing what you're available for. You're available for it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And I just made a decision in my life. Like I'm not that I want amazing. And that doesn't mean that I just expect my partner or my job to provide the amazing. It means I demand amazing from me. And not in terms of performance, but in terms of presence, in terms of real, in terms of when I look in the mirror, I want to feel in integrity with myself. I want to feel proud of myself. And as you can probably see, like I don't depend on partying at all, like anymore, whatsoever. It's almost like hard for me to say, no, I really don't want to party. Like I don't want to let you down. Like I don't even want to, because in my head, all I really, really want to do is be present with my little family, my husband, my 3 fur babies, and work on my business. Like that's my joy. That's where my energy wants to go. So the social thing is almost like, do I have to? And then I get there and I'm happy. But you know, and they've changed completely. Like it's so healthy now, and it's a wholesome event as opposed to let's get blacked out. You know, like everything shifted. I'm just not available.
Design type?
My human design?
Yeah.
What is your type?
What do you think? Yeah.
Generator.
Manifesting generator.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good. Okay. All right. No, because
pretty obvious.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm a newbie to human design.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, because there's only 4 types, and manifesting generators are actually a subtype to a generator.
Okay.
So we're just more specific. So you're perfectly right. You nailed it.
Very cool. Oh, neat. I'm so fascinated with this. So let me think how to phrase this. All right. So for someone who's just gone through a breakup, whether it was because of taking your course or not, and they're ready to...
Is it because you realize you're better and you're worth more?
Exactly. Yeah. You just up level so much, people misalign. But yeah, sorry, keep going.
I mean, it makes sense. And seriously, to any people who are listening who have taken Sacha's course, who have then ended a relationship, more power to you. You're amazing. Like, well done for knowing that you deserve a joyful relationship and something that you're going to wake up every morning just thrilled about.
It's never too late.
If you've gone through a breakup and you're on the path towards a new future, and you're interested in learning about your purpose and fulfillment and what your identity is, where do you begin?
Oh, I love this question. I love you for asking it. Where do you begin? And this is something that I think will trigger a lot of people. It would have triggered me. But you have to get unapologetically selfish. You have to put your attention on you. The spotlight needs to be on you. And this is one of the things we do in the program with me, is like the spotlight gets on you. And that's when you start realizing, oh shit, I have needs. I have desires. I have my own wants. It's like, it's actually about me now. It's not about how much I'm pleasing others. So that's my my one-liner is get unapologetically selfish. And a lot of people think that that's like, oh my God, it's so shadowy, but it really isn't. It's because the best thing you can do, in my opinion, for your purpose, for your relationship, for the things you want in life, is to get to know you really well so that you can communicate that. If you want to get into a relationship and you don't know yourself, and you're like, you talk to your partner and you're like, meet my needs, do this for me, blah, blah, blah. And the partner's like, what do you want? And you can't even articulate it. Like, you're at fault. Like, you have to be able to articulate your needs.
People aren't mind readers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I expected all my exes and even my husband, I still probably do sometimes. I'm sure I do. I definitely for sure do. But I catch myself often and I try to meet my own needs. I know what they are, and I don't settle. Like I don't try to pretend like it's his responsibility to fill this up, because it's not. So my whole thing, and I don't know if you guys agree or not, but it's about becoming whole in doing that silly shadow work, like a mofo. like
Yeah.
really prioritizing doing your work, doing your shadow work, and integrating the darkness, integrating the parts of you that you previously pushed away. You know, that party girl, I don't hate her. I don't judge her. That was her way of coping. That was her way of coping. She was in so much pain. She was so depressed. She didn't want to like live. So she was like, how do I get happy? She didn't know better than to drink and party.
Yeah, I went through a party phase as well. And it's just like, it made sense because you don't have to deal with the pain. Yeah, I was like obsessive about having people around me. So yeah, I'm all for that. At the same time, this shadow work. So I know like some of us who are doing this work know what that means and some don't. And I think that going through a breakup is a really good opportunity for exploring the shadow. So what does that mean to you?
I think a breakup is an ideal catalyst for shadow work. It's ideal. It's so good. If you're listening to this right now and you're going through a breakup, there's almost a little bit of jealousy that I feel.
Yes, I feel that sometimes. Yes.
You're like, you can rewrite your whole life.
Yes. I wish people could know what an opportunity a breakup is. And I too feel that once in a while, like, oh, I wish I was going through that. That's cool. Like, who gets to do this fresh start?
It's like brand new. It's all about you now. Like just you. And I think now, and I'm not sure about your relationship. You're in a relationship as well, Janice?
No, I'm single. I mean, I figured, I'm kind of to the place where I've taken all of what I've learned from a couple breakups and now like leading my best life.
I was going to say, I feel like I would be such a good single person right now, as opposed to how shitty, but like, I feel like there's such great resources now, but at the same time, you have to get exposed to them. And that is also your responsibility. But I find that it's such an exciting moment for single people in general right now. As hard as it may seem for so many reasons, there's also so much excitement. And if I were single at this time, if I were going through a breakup, yes, it's painful, but feel it all. Feel it all and look at what didn't work, what worked. Where did you feel disappointed? Why did you feel disappointed? Is that something that you thought the other partner needed to do? Like really put on those like detective glasses and go to town and get curious AF about what happened. And also about you. I was going to say, if I were single, I would just like be selfish AF, but I'm like, I am like this. I made my business about this. And that's why I'm able to show up in such a badass way, like of such a big way for my clients, is because I fill myself up all the time, all the time. And I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel guilty about how much time it takes me to replenish myself. I also don't feel guilty about boundaries. I have boundaries where even in my marriage, my husband was like, it's easy for you. You just do whatever the fuck you want. And I'm like, yeah, try that.
That's actually not easy for a lot of people. It takes a lot of strength and discipline and determination to embrace that way of life.
Absolutely. And also the worst is actually receive from people who don't have any boundaries or any protection of their own time. Like they don't value their time. They don't value their energy. They will project onto you how wrong you are for protecting yours. So that's actually one of the things that came up in our relationship where my husband was like, he thought he had to trade things with me in order to, like, he says the word compromise. And now we're at a place where I don't want him to compromise. Like, I don't believe that that's healthy for me because he's not getting what he wants. I'm not getting what I want.
Yeah.
Like nobody's winning.
No one's winning.
The way I see life, I'm not saying this is the end all be all. I'm saying what matters to me is that I'm living in integrity with myself and that my husband is living in integrity with himself. And then if we can do a Venn diagram where we overlap in the middle and that's our relationship, then so be it. And that's that's where we thrive. That's how we're thriving now. And I started my personal development journey a lot earlier than him at this point, but he's starting his now full force on his own decision, not me telling him what to do, not me saying, study this course. I tried that. It doesn't work.
Learn about attachment. Learn about human design. Let me read cards.
He doesn't know his time of birth. It is the worst.
Oh, no.
We've talked about this before.
Where's your birth certificate? Call his mother.
No, I'm very close with his mom. She doesn't know. Like, she doesn't know.
Oh.
So, yeah. So they kind of know, but they don't know.
But you can still get someone's chart with an estimate, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my husband is like a walking billboard for what a Cancer sun is. And it's so loud. And so I see that archetype at play like crazy. But there's also other ones that I'm seeing for sure. He has got a Scorpio moon and oh my God, it's so obvious. But other than that, I don't really know. I know he's a generator for sure. For sure, he's a generator. And there's just a lot of archetypes that speak very clearly, but it's kind of painful because I can't put my magic like crazy to play. But I'm still all the time like seeing his archetypes, and I call them out, and now he knows. It actually helps him to see himself and to understand. But I guess what I was trying to say is, if you're in a relationship and you want your partner to get on board with your personal development, I think that that's the wrong way to go about it. I think just you do you, and let him see you, let her see you. Right? Let your partner see you in your process, and let the embodiment of it speak for itself. Yeah. Because I think that that's way more attractive and fun and sexy than do this, do that. And then you take on the mother role, which is not sexy, which there's no polarity at play. So and then that's what I'm saying. Like, my relationship right now is exciting, fun, thriving, because I think of me prioritizing myself, my needs, my values, and putting unapologetic boundaries around it. Just, this is me, this is my space. I need to build my shit. You handle yours. The best thing you can do for me is to take care of you.
Yeah. Oh, that is so good. And I mean, you were talking about, not living life for other people, and how the best thing you can do for them is to focus on you, and the best thing they can do is to focus on them. And it makes me think about people pleasers, and how I mean, earlier we were talking about how in a relationship it's easy to fall into that role of like sex worker and cleaner, and you're just like providing everything for this person, because as a people pleaser, you can see what they need so easily, but you're not very good at seeing what you need internally. And so you have to become the people pleaser for yourself. Yeah.
I actually say almost those exact words. I go from people pleasing to personal pleasing. So same vibes, Claire.
I like it. There's one tool I know you've talked about on your Instagram and on your podcast as well. And I one time got the name of it wrong and called it a sacred sandwich, but it's a sacred burger.
Hey, I like sandwiches. More than burgers, personally.
I actually had a burger today, so this is so fun that we're talking about this. But that I remember talking about it with you and laughing so hard because you called it a sandwich. But yeah, you wanted me to talk about that?
I just thought, since you'd already shared it publicly, because I don't want to take like all of your tools from your program.
Oh my God, I give everything away. I mean, my program is the transformation. Even if you listen to every single thing I do, like, it's not the same when you're with me all the time.
I believe that.
Yeah.
So I just thought it'd be a cool tool for our listeners to like take away from this, as like, you can start this tomorrow, and
oh my goodness,
it'll make a huge difference.
Yes. It really, I believe in this so much.
Let's
so
talk
this
about
actually,
burgers.
Yeah. Okay, but this goes so beautifully with what we were just talking about prioritization of your own needs and focusing on you and not being a people pleaser. Like if you're still in those patterns, if you're just fresh out of a breakup, if this is you and you're just like, I don't understand, like you're telling me I can't drink, I can't party, I can't smoke weed, what am I supposed to do? Do a sacred burger.
You can,
so,
I guess.
you can do all of those things, but like it's about becoming conscious of why you do those things. Are you doing them because you're sad, or are you doing them to celebrate life? There's a big difference.
Exactly.
So because drinking in itself is not wrong, it's the relationship that you have to the drinking, in my opinion. So the sacred burger is about reclaiming your time. It's about reclaiming your energy. So if you're at a 9 to 5 right now and you're still not feeling like you're on purpose, or if you're in a shitty relationship or just broke up with someone and you're like, want to get back together and all of that, go for that. But just add this to your life. Okay. Listen to me. Like seriously, if you just add this to your life, everything will shift. And I promise you, this is my promise, Scout's honor. Okay. You have a bottom burger. So how does a burger work? There's 2 buns and there's like the meat in the middle, or vegan meat, whatever. The middle is what you can't really change. Like, let's say that's your job. That's the job that you're at right now, or the relationship that you're at right now. What I'm telling you to reclaim, to take reclamation over, is the bottom burger, the bottom bun and the top bun. So the buns are the beginning of your day and the end of your day. So the morning routine and the nighttime routine, this is a non-negotiable. This is yours. No matter what you do in between, I don't care. But you got to have a bottom bun and a top bun. So for me, these look like this is the perfect time to add your priorities and the values that you say you have. If you go in life and you talk to people, most people can't name their values. Most people don't know what the fuck they live for. They have no idea. They don't know what they live for. And then they're looking for pleasure outside of themselves. They can't even communicate what they stand for. So if you want a relationship that thrives, obviously you do, I do, everybody does. I think even if people say they don't, they do. They want a happy relationship. Start by living according to those values, at least on your bottom burger and your top burger. So I'm not here to tell you what to do in your morning routine. If you value cartoons, watch cartoons. If you value art, do some art. If you value podcasts, listen to podcasts. If you want to start your own podcast, put 15 minutes a day studying how that technology works. Like, what do you value? So the way that you it doesn't have to be like 6 hours in the morning and at night. It can be 20 minutes and 20 minutes, but you have to stay consistent. And over time, what you're going to find is like, I am worth putting energy into myself. I'm worth putting energy into my future. I am building my future by putting time a little bit in the morning and a little bit at night just on myself. And for me, it looks like waking up. I have a meditation practice. And then I do this Pilates yoga thing, and that sets me up. And then I go into my shower, I listen to a podcast, or I dance. And it's like this thing that I do just for me. And it's fun. It's my own little me party. And at night,
I like that.
And it really is fun. I really have fun. Yeah. And if people try to take this time away from me, I protect it like a fierce lioness. Like, no, you can't call me at this time. You can't talk to me. This is me time.
Yeah.
If my husband tries to come into my yoga room while I'm doing yoga or Pilates, like, he walks in, and sometimes I lock the door. I'm like, you're not welcome. This is me time. You know, I don't care if you're leaving for work right now. I'm doing this. I protect it. I protect it so much, which means that later on in the day, when people ask things of me, I don't feel resentful.
Yeah.
Because my cup is full, because I've prioritized me first.
Yeah.
I filled up my cup so that later on in the day, I have energy for the things that I care about, the things that to me are needing my energy. I put my energy where I want to put it. So I'm at this point in my career where 100% of what I do is my choice. I have my business and all of that. I still have maybe a little 5% where it's my flip projects. I have flipping houses, but it's so minimal. What I mean is that I have 100% say over what I do. like I can decide if nobody can say, Sacha, you need to be here now, like ever. But I know that that's not everybody listening. So that took a long process. But if you can start to reclaiming at least the bottom burger and the top burger, like the top bun, like the bottom bun, top bun of your day, you're well on your way to creating a life that looks like you, right? So living your purpose to me starts with the burger.
Yeah. I mean, I love it so much. It's so good. Especially what you said about values. It's like, I think so much like frustration in life and like feeling like you're, you know, spinning your wheels and just like never doing anything you're proud of or that's in alignment with you. And I think so many people are in that space, could be fixed by literally just being like 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. And that way you're like, every day you're like, hey, I've done something that was for me.
Yes. And when people ask you what you're into, you know what to say. You're not like,
exactly. You're not just like, I don't know.
All kinds of music, I like everything. It's like, oh fuck, you're one of those. Like, no, so boring. Like, you want to be special. And in order to be special, because that's how people find you. You can't have an aligned relationship if you're living with so many masks. And that's what happens with a lot of people. That's what happened to me. That's what happens, I think, a lot of people. And we go through life protecting ourselves with so many identities. Like, oh, I'm perfect. I want to be perfect. Or I want to blend into this. And we chameleon ourselves into things. We're like, I'm in this crowd, I'm this, in this crowd, I'm this. And we're not showing up as our truth. We don't show up as our true selves because we don't think that that's going to be pleasing to others. And the irony is that the more confident and at ease and at peace we are with ourselves, and we start to radiate that, we get linked up with soulmate people, soulmate clients, soulmate friendships. It's like all of it is literally about you becoming more you. Everything comes from that. Everything.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful breakup advice. I think it's wonderful advice for anyone who's trying to up-level their lives and find their purpose. And yeah, I'm a really big fan. I want to take a bite out of the sacred burger. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So Sacha, before we sadly let you go, tell our listeners about your work and where they can find you and what you have going on.
Yeah, and your podcast.
Thank you so much. I just want to say this has been like the shortest little hour of podcast. It was so fun to be.
Yeah, it was.
With you.
Regretting that we have to have integrity.
Yeah, I'm like, on time. Can we be on for 6 hours? This is so fun.
You can come back.
I'll have to. But this was really, really, really fun for me. So thank you for having me, and thank you for just allowing me to share my story. If you want to find me, if you want to chat with me, come talk to me on Instagram. Like, literally, if you just go there, that's, I think, the best place to find me. My name is Sacha, Sacha. I am French Canadian. That's why it's a C.
Yep. And we'll put it in the show notes, people.
Yeah, exactly. So Sacha.enlivened. And my podcast is called Enlivened. And yeah, I also have a Facebook group where I go live pretty often, and I teach free masterclasses quite regularly about purpose alignment, and also a lot of astrology if you're into that. It's not for everybody, but I focus on empowerment and alignment of purpose big time. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you guys so much for having me. This is the best.
Yeah, it was a blast. I have to
so
say
fun.
This was just like exactly what we want out of our guest interview series. So thank you.
Yeah, and I think people are going to get so much value from this. So we really appreciate you coming on the show. And yeah, it was so fun. We literally blinked and it was over.
Right. I'm excited to share you with our listeners. And yeah, everyone go and check out Sacha's work. We're going to be putting everything in the show notes. I joined her Facebook group just today, actually. And I already like a big fan. Definitely go over there and join. And yeah, thank you, Sacha, for all of the wonderful things that you're bringing to the world. And yeah, glad to be connected with you. And yeah, talk soon.
Thanks for listening to X-Files, a podcast about breakups, broken hearts, and moving on.
If you like this episode, tag us on your Instagram story so we can connect with you.
And you can find me, Claire, on Instagram at Claire Lofthouse.
And me, Janice, on Instagram at Janice Formicella. If you'd like to join our online community, find us on Facebook at Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On.
And here's a preview of our next episode. So for breakup specific affirmations, like in our next episode, it's not really our episode, but in our bonus material that will have a lot of breakup affirmations in there for you. But I also like to highlight that these affirmations, you can create them as a flip of the negative beliefs that are keeping you stuck in breakup.
Yes.
So,
I just love that you're starting with awareness about your blockages.
Yeah. Affirmations are a way to turn the tide against those negative beliefs that have been running on autopilot and start adding some positivity and some conflict with those negative beliefs and being like, well, which one do I want to be true? Probably the positive one, right?